Hello, Virgo. This is Nikki. Happy Sunday to you. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. This particular reading is going to be for those of us Virgos who lost our fathers at a young age, or who grew up without their father in their life because their father just refused to maybe acknowledge you or take care of you or do the right thing by you. Okay. This is my father. He passed away in 76. Okay. I was 3 years old when he passed away. His name is Tommy. I have Ashley Tommy Lee, country name. I actually have invited his energy into the reading and given him permission to help me with this reading for you all today. I feel this energy. I've been feeling it for a while, though, really, to do this kind of reading. I haven't did this kind of reading in a while, so we're going to go ahead with the reading. Those of you who lost your father at a young age, or who simply, was ignored by your father, his father wasn't in your life, like an absentee father. Okay, what messages do we have for you today? If you grew up without your father in your life, maybe your father was cremated for some of you, not mine. Messages through your father from the other side. Two of Swords. We got the Fool card. Prince of Sacred Circles. I got the Strength card. This person could have had some Leo energy. He said you never walked, if your father's on the other side, you never walked alone your entire life. He has always been with you. He has always been your strength. He has always been your sword. Okay. I'm hearing read Psalms 91. If you read the Bible, Psalms 91, that's the Psalm of protection. He is telling you, I'm protecting you, but I want you to read the Psalm of protection, which I have on my door. Every time I move, I bless my entire house, and I always put the Psalm 91 on my door. Okay. And also blessing your cars and everything else. Message through your father. Well, like your eyes were closed. There were some things that you didn't know in your family, some things you possibly didn't understand. He's definitely around you during the holiday season. All right. Possibly still do something in honor of him if your father has passed away. He's never turned his back on you. He's always been there next to you. Always been your strength. Always been there when you needed him the most. Always when you were dealing with some tough issues and situations and trauma that you've experienced. He's always been there. He's always been there with you. Okay. I feel like he feels like he's worried about you about something. You're not seeing the truth of what's going on in your life. Okay. There's something that you're not seeing that he sees. Okay. It's like you're blinded by something. It could be by love. It could be just by you're not really paying attention to a certain situation, and he's trying to bring light to you for you to see something. If there was some issues with him with his passing, or why he had to leave you behind, you don't know the whole truth. There's always two sides to a story. You don't know the whole truth. So don't be blinded by what somebody said or what you heard or think you heard or something. There's always two sides to a story, and he's worried that you will never ever believe in him, whether he's here or on the other side, or that you never forgave him, or what about the grace? He's asking for grace and understanding. Okay, maybe your name is Grace, maybe your mother's name is Grace, grandmother Grace. Okay, he's just worried that you don't love him, that you don't believe in him, possibly doing tarot readings for yourself to find answers through him, talking to his spirit, inviting his spirit in. But he's explicit. I never turn my back on you, Virgo. I never ever turn my back on you, daughter. I never turn my back on you, son. I'm hearing Shane or Chanel. Okay. And yeah, they've always been there for you. They've always been there to calm you down, to help you with those rough edges. Okay. I'm hearing, think twice if you think I would ever turn my back on you. No, never. Okay. He's always been there for you. I have the Fool card. So I feel like this is your way of communicating with him, possibly through this reading, or doing readings on your own, or watching other readings, or paying for readings with somebody. But I feel like he's definitely walking with you. You're never ever alone. He's always one step behind you, but he's making sure he's behind you for a reason, to make sure nothing or no one steps up and creeps on you. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that he has your back 100%. Definitely. Okay? And he's saying, rest assured. Rest assured, I'm here for you. Message through your father, whether they're on this side of life or the other. Okay. Ooh, I got some chills. I heard the name Anthony. Okay. I have the Judgment, and I have the Six of Swords. And I got the Chariot. Bottom of the deck, I have the Five of Cups, the Princess of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. If your father is no longer on the other side, he was possibly, I don't even know how to say this. Red rum spelled backwards. You get it? Red rum spelled backwards. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but red rum spelled backwards. That was what happened to him, possibly. Okay. He wanted to save you from something in your life. I feel like your father something happened to him. Okay. I have here, this could be somebody in your life, maybe him drinking something or being poisoned or something. He didn't realize it. Well, why did you do that? Because they want to be with somebody. They want to be with your mother. Take out resonates. Or somebody in your family knows what happened to your father, if he was taken on the other side. Or even if he's still alive, somebody did something to him that that your family know, because they didn't want him to be with your mother or in a part of the family. So whatever they did, it caused irreversible damage to him. If he's still living, but if he's not, it was poison. Okay, it was poison. And you've prayed to your father so much. I see you praying for him, praying to him, whether he's on this side or the other, whatever. You've always loved your father, and you've always wanted to know what it feels like to have a father in your life. So sad, Virgo, so sad. You grew up without a father. It's different if your mother had a significant other, a boyfriend or a husband. That still wasn't your daddy. Though, yeah, he could have taken good care of you, but who contributed to your life? Who contributed to your birth? You get it? That'll be a seed that nobody can ever plant. Okay, what I'm saying? You get it? I'm not saying that your stepfather or your mother's significant other didn't raise you, and you didn't grow up to feel like that was your father. You know what I'm saying? It's just something missing, that energy, that black hole, okay, that will never ever be filled by anybody else. You get it? That hole that nobody can fill but your daddy. All right. And I think that you've done a lot of thinking about him and what it could have been like if I would have had my father. What if I had my father here? I never would have been in that relationship. What if my father was here? He would have never let somebody hurt me sexually. If I had my father, my mother he wouldn't allow my mother to treat me the way she did. And it makes you so hard to move on with your life, to step outside of your comfort zone, to step into life in your reality, especially when it comes to love, because you don't know how it truly is to love a man, and how it truly is for a man to love you the right way. The right way. You weren't taught that. All right. So it's lessons learned the hard way, though. Lessons learned the hard way. And I feel like that's the real hurtful part for you, is that you just don't understand why you were born and you didn't have your dad in your life. You didn't have that person that helped give you life. Okay. He didn't birth you, but he did help give you life. And I feel like that's a huge, huge issue for you. And you're wondering, how am I going to get away from that? Okay. Some of you, on the other hand, had a father who left, physically left, not passed away. They physically left the family. They left your mother, possibly even before you were born. So you possibly never talked to your father. Maybe your father doesn't think you are theirs or something like that. He doesn't think that you are his, whatever, And you could be going through with this too, or in your life, your significant other does not believe that your child is his, but it is. But this is definitely this person leaving you by choice. Okay. by choice. I feel like their focus was not on family. It wasn't on you. It wasn't taking care of the responsibilities of children. So I feel like that's a problem. Why did he leave me? Why did he leave me? Why did he just act like I didn't exist? I got the Chariot and I got the Eight of Swords. It's like he left me, but why? It shocks you. It shuts you down from believing any man would ever treat you the good way, will ever treat you in a holy way. You know what I'm saying? In a loving way, a beloved way. Maybe he called you beloved. Okay. But yeah, he left. And you possibly, he came to visit you when you were a toddler, and the last thing you saw of this person, your father, was his back, and he never came back. Possibly hurt, got shot, murdered. I'm sorry I said murdered, but anyway, I don't know how you two feels about that, but I feel like the last thing you saw was his back. He turned his back on you. He turned his back on the family. Okay, and it just boggles your mind, and it makes you freeze up. I will never ever trust another man again. Waiting for him to come back, he never came back. Whether that was by choice or by death, But I feel like now your father is here to don't judge me. It wasn't the way you thought it was. There was more to it than the story. So I feel like you've been dreaming about this father. Your father has been visited you in your dreams, and you possibly remember those dreams very vividly. And when you were going through the things that you were going through, he said, I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I wanted to help you physically. I just couldn't. I didn't know how. Not that I didn't know how, I just couldn't. You need somebody to be there to physically help you. But I was there watching you, making sure that it wasn't worse than it was. Okay. Some of you all have had some traumatic events in your life, and your father's letting you know, I'm always there with you. I'm always the strength around. I'm always there with you. I may not be able to stop what you've been through, stop the torture that you've been through, but I'm always there for you. Okay. So let's ask individually, and hopefully this message will resonate. Whatever your father's name is, say Dad, Thomas, Tommy, whatever, whoever your father is. And let's ask our fathers right now, what else do you want us to know? What do you want us to know at this point in our lives? Okay. My daddy, Tommy, what do you want me to know right now? Say it out loud if you want to, okay? What do you need? Or type it in the comments so we can put that energy into the ethers, okay? What do you want me to know right now? Specifically you. Say, Daddy, what do you want me to know right now specifically? Okay? Sadness. I feel like he's very sad on the other side for not being there for me. Maybe your father feels very sad for not being there with you, whether it was because of their passing or because they just gave up or something. They were very sad because of that. I have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. He wants you to keep on moving and don't give up. Keep on going on this particular journey that you are on. Okay? Don't change up. Keep going. You have a purpose. Okay? I know what I am here to do. You have a purpose. Whatever this purpose is, he doesn't want you to give. You have a purpose for being who you are. You have a purpose for being in the status or stage in your life right now that you are on. It's a purpose behind that. What else do you want me to know right now? Somebody may be having pain in excuse me. Somebody may be having pain in their neck or something. I don't know if somebody's having some issues with their eyes. Maybe your father ended up being blind or having problems with really bad eyes, maybe even glaucoma, or wasn't able to see. But I kind of feel like I'm choking a little bit. So I think I kind of know my father was his life was taken. And I know the circumstances, even when I was little, kids hear shit. But when I got older, I put two and two together, and I knew exactly what happened and who did it. Okay, so I'm feeling like a choking sensation, but it's like hard for me to swallow. So I feel like he ingested something. Maybe your father his life was taken. Too early. I think my father was 25 when he passed away. I can't believe I'm 50. I'm twice as old as my father was, in his lifetime. It's so crazy. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And he said that what happened to them, they feel like it makes them feel like a failure because they couldn't be there for you wholeheartedly for your whole life the way they wanted to. I feel like there's something that they do regret. There's they feel like they're a failure of the problem that you're going through, that they helped create the problem, that they helped create the life and the lifestyle that you are going through right now because of their absence. But their absence, and somebody may have an abscess. They're saying you're not a failure. You're not at fault for this. Okay. A major change is taking place in your life. Understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. For those of you who still have your father and they're on the other side, still have your father on this side of life, I just feel like they didn't want the responsibility of being a child, and they did it on purpose. Said that your mother lied and you weren't the child, you weren't theirs or something like that. So they felt like they wanted to make some changes in their life, but they couldn't do it with children. They couldn't do it in a relationship. They had to let that go. They were wrong for that. They realized that. But also, if your father's on the other side, I feel like he wanted to make a change with you. He wanted to pick up and move the whole family somewhere. He felt that we all have a purpose, not just me. It's all of us. Okay, I want us to persevere in our life. I want us to do something together in our life, and that means picking up and moving forward somewhere else, to another city, state, or whatever. We got denial. Somebody's father was in denial about who you were, or whether or not you were their child. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. They were in denial. And yes, you are the daddy. You know what I'm saying? They denied you. All right? And it hurts like hell, I know. We have the bottom of the deck. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. And he is saying, though he is no longer in your life, physically, spiritually, he's always there. And he feels that you are lonely for a daddy. You're lonely for your dad, but he's telling you, I love you. I'm sending you my love. I'm sending you my love in this precious, precious moment between the two of us. Okay? Maybe he loved berries. Berries, making a berry pie or something like that. I commit to the practice of seeing good in all things. He's letting you know that he knows that you're lonely for him, lonely for his affection. Whether you got a chance to know him or not, he's telling you, I love you. I've always loved you. I've always been there for you. I've always protected you. I've always had your back. I love you so much, and you're never ever alone. I'm on the other side with the other family members who you possibly don't even remember or have met yet, but you will at some point. So he's sending you his love. And those of you who've been are dealing with a father who is in life, who is still here, and who's doubting you, that's out of fear of being a father. That's out of fear for not wanting to hold on to their responsibilities. That's what that's about. That's being selfish. Okay? Very, very selfish. And they're definitely indecisive about you. Okay? And I feel like they want to contact you too. At some point, they will contact you. You may not want to talk to this person, especially if you grew up without this person. This person never called, never checked on you, never gave you any presents, never acknowledged your birth right, was truly who you were. You were theirs. They're full of pride. And also, those fathers who are on the other side and on this side who you haven't communicated with are very proud of you, Virgo. They're very, very proud of how far you've come in your life, and they don't want you to forget that. Let's get some final messages through your father, Virgo. Messages to your father. There will be a return. They're saying, I have to keep your options open. There will be a return. I feel like this is not the last time your father's going to communicate with you. This is not the last time. I'm hearing definitely through dreams. I'm hearing dreams and greens. They loved greens. Okay, that's all I heard. Okay, dreams and greens. They're going to see you money. A blessing with money. And money plant. Get a money plant. That's what I just heard. There will be a return. Options are kept open. Okay. So he's saying keep the door open for him, for his energy to re-enter into your life sometime soon, but on a more personal, private, even more private level. All right. What's the final message that you have for us? You're going to always be this person's destiny. You're going to always be tied to him or her. And he's saying that it's not always going to be closure, though, to the answers that you are seeking about his passing, about why he passed, about his death, or why he walked away from the family, why he walked away from you, why he denied you. You're never going to get the closure that you need, okay? They love you. Your father loves you. You're tied for life. They gave you life. They didn't give you life, but they gave you life. Okay. I have here, you all are destined, soul ties. You're destined to meet again in spirit. And he is saying, trust in the universe. You saw this message today for a reason. It won't be the last. It won't be the last message that you get from this person, whether it be a reading or whether it be some sort of communication with something with the lights or to something about plants, like I said, a money tree plant. But definitely you all are destined soul ties. You're going to meet each other again. Sending you butterflies. Okay, maybe somebody has a half moon tattoo or a tattoo of a moon or a sun. They're watching you, shining that light in your eye that wakes you up in the morning, or the bird that's chirping outside driving you crazy. That's them. Yep. So your father, who is still here, he claims that he outgrew the relationship with your mother. That's why he left. And that's sad. You should have left my mother, not me. Okay. Destined soul ties. And like I said, trust the universe. Okay. What's the final message for me? What's the final message for you? That's too many. I got judgment. Don't stand in judgment. Don't blame. They were dealing with some things. They see success and freedom coming your way, forgiveness over this grief that you've been going through with them, and they definitely regret not being there for you throughout your whole entire life. They regret it whether they're on the other side or not, but they can't change the past. They know that. They have regrets even from the other side, and they're telling you they know that you're grieving. They know that you're grieving even if you're not crying, even if you don't know that you're grieving still. Okay, they want to ask for your forgiveness. I'm hearing your undying acknowledgement of forgiveness, because this was something that could not be prevented if they passed away when you were younger. I see 22. Okay, grief and forgiveness. They know that you're going through a lot because of the loss of them, and they're grieving because they didn't get a chance to grow up with you. Judgment. And I'm hearing you blame the wrong person. You are blaming the wrong person. And it may be kind of sad to hear that if you know your mother's still here and you love your mother to death. I'm not saying that you don't, but it's something around why your father chose to leave the connection. Maybe he just said, I don't want to be with her anymore. But just because you don't want to be with her anymore doesn't mean you didn't have to be there for me. Okay? Place the blame somewhere else. There was a lot of adversity. There was a lot of things that your father was going through with your mother. Okay? It had to do with possibly your mother's self-esteem or something like that. Afraid of the success that could have came from him. Maybe somebody in his life, or your mother or a parent or whatever was fearful of them blowing up and living a good life and leaving them at some point. I have freedom here. They sought freedom away from this person because I feel like wanted to control this person. You're not going to control me. This person did not want, your father did not want to be controlled. That's just not who they were. That's just not who they were. Yeah, I have here indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. So you've questioned your father's passing and how they passed. You already know the answers. You're very intuitive. It's what you heard. Just because you didn't see it, just because you didn't see it doesn't mean you don't know how it happened or what happened. Yeah, I feel that some of you, your father possibly passed away from an illness, but also from some sort of event that took their life, you know. Okay, you all, I hope this message resonates. I'm going to end this reading and cleanse my energy and put my father back where he was. I will talk to y'all later.